everyone. Coach Tiffany here. Gosh, I hope you can hear me okay. If you're on live, please say hello, tell me where you're at, and also let me know if you can hear me okay. So Facebook has changed this a little bit, and so it feels really weird. I feel like I'm backwards and a little glitchy. So anyways, apologize if I'm kind of a little disconnected. It feels a little trippy. So yeah, so I'm so excited to be on here live and in the new group. I definitely feel like the response has been wonderful. I was very humbled by people's comments on my introduction and my heart was so warmed by all the people who have joined and who have introduced themselves. If you have introduced yourself yet, find that post, the introduction post. Otherwise, just feel free to post on the page directly. I definitely want to hear from all of you, hear where you're at, what you're hoping to get from the group. And, this is all about community and supporting each other. So commenting or posting about who you are and where you're at in your journey is something that will help others to get to know you as well. So, Monday inspiration and a bit of vulnerability. So where am I at with that? Well, I'll start with the vulnerability piece and hopefully that'll turn into the inspiration piece. So I recently had my sister visit. Actually, she just left yesterday. She was here for 2 weeks and we haven't seen each other for probably about 4 years. And the visits in the last 15 years have been only a few. And she came to stay with me. Typically, I go down to California and meet her down there or stay with her. And so this was, this was new and having someone in my space. Oh, hi, Jacqueline. So glad you're on. So I was just talking about, I'm going to start with the vulnerability piece. So my sister was here for 2 weeks visiting me. And, that's something that can be so much fun to have family that you love here. But, there's a lot of history there and it's complicated, right? And my other family members maybe are some people that I am not as connected to, or even some people that I haven't really had a relationship with for various reasons. And having my sister in town, I ended up seeing some people that I wasn't sure how I felt about seeing them. And so, it was a pretty stressful, like intense couple of weeks, and there was a lot happening. And just even having people in town, being kind of on vacation mode, I ended up kind of pushing my work into certain days and trying to get those done. And so those days were, Jacqueline, sorry, I'm a little distracted because Facebook's a little glitchy today. Can you hear me okay? If you can, just comment like I hear you loud and clear. And if I'm too glitchy, I can always come back on another time. But anyway, so it was a stressful couple of weeks. And in anticipation of that, I was trying to do a lot of work kind of fitting that in. And I definitely got off of my own routine and my own schedule. I still took my time. A lot of people know I do the miracle morning every morning. I still took time in the morning, maybe not as much time. I made a point of doing food prep, and my sister, I really love her, but we have very different lifestyles, and she actually doesn't eat vegetables. And so, I did some pre-planning and kind of like, what can I fix that she could have without vegetables that I could have with vegetables? So I did some things like chicken stir fry, right? I can have it with the veggies. She can just have chicken and rice. Everyone's happy. We had different sauces that we used. Oh, good. Yes, you can hear me. Perfect. So, so I did some pre-planning and I knew in anticipation of this that it would be potentially a really stressful week or a couple weeks. And getting off of my routine, being out, eating out a lot more, and just having this extra stress, I actually have really been noticing it in my body. I'm feeling a lot more inflammation. We ended up eating chips and salsa a lot, and that's one that for me, I'm gluten-free because of my health, but things like chips, I can have them, but they're, my body doesn't love it. So anyways, the vulnerable piece, I got on the scale today and I probably gained 5 pounds in the last like 3 weeks. I don't weigh myself very often. A lot of times when I do, it's out of curiosity. it can actually be a good tool if you eat something and you're not sure how your body responds to it. You can sometimes notice a difference. So for me, if I were to eat, say, go eat Chinese food or something like that, and have, especially if I had gluten or eggs, I may notice a 3-pound difference, right, from one day to the next. So that's a pretty clear indication that my body doesn't respond well to um, a particular food or types of food. So anyway, so I use it as a tool. So today I was curious and got on the scale and was like, wow, that's really interesting. And in the past, I would have felt a lot of shame around that, and I would have beat myself up about it. And there's times as a coach that I know that it will reflect on me, right? If I don't maintain my weight or if I'm not eating healthy, these things. And there's definitely some of that. Like I need to walk my talk. I need to be living my talk. And I do that pretty well. But there are times where, life happens and there's flexibility there. And I love having that balance and that freedom. But it's still challenging to look at the scale and be like, okay, so what am I going to do? Am I going to go on a diet? No, I'm definitely not going to go on a diet. But I am going to take this as a message that my body's giving me. I'm noticing more inflammation in my joints. My joints hurt. I've been kind of foggy headed. I've been feeling groggy. I'm slower to get started in the morning, and I put on weight. And so a lot of that's probably just water weight, eating things like chips, it's a lot of sodium, and, my body's not thrilled about that and is going to retain some water. But the point is that instead of using that to beat myself up, and instead of feeling like people are going to judge me, or people aren't going to think I'm a good coach, or that I am not good enough, or somehow I should have done something differently. Instead, recognizing like these are the things that went really well. I did have fun with my sister. I made a point of carving out quality time to spend with her, which was really important to me. I was good about having boundaries and noticing, what was something that I was comfortable with, what I wasn't comfortable with. I prepped, I anticipated with the food piece, made meals that we could both have that were still pretty nourishing to me. I still eat vegetables, even though she doesn't. And I also didn't judge her for that. I just acknowledged like that's, I'm not going to try to change her. Right. So there were some things I did really, really well, and I'm just not going to be perfect all the time. And my weight's not going to stay exactly the same all the time. It's going to fluctuate, but still getting in touch with my body, listening to my body. Now I can get back to my routine. I can make sure that I put a lot of nourishing food into my body this week. And, I'm taking today really slowly, kind of just cleaning up a little bit and doing a little bit of work that feels nourishing to me, hopping on here where you guys are, listening to inspiring music, right? So I'm feeling back up. And I think that's really the message, is listening to what does your body need. My body right now is feeling run down and depleted, and it needs love, and it needs nourishment, and it needs sustenance, right? That's a word. I don't know if Jen Owens is on here. She's a friend of mine who's a nurse practitioner, and she does pelvic floor therapy. And we had a meditation at her office. She does them weekly on Wednesday nights. I'll try to post a link in my comments if I remember. Anyway, the last week we talked about sustenance and how important it is to really fill ourselves back up and take that time and just, taking care of ourselves and what that looks like. So anyway, so my Monday inspiration message to you is letting go of the judgment and instead listening to the messages that our body's giving us. If you've gained weight recently, chances are, there may be something that is either, you're having increased stress or decreased nourishment, or, there might be something out of whack with your hormones, right? So that's really a symptom. And it's really a way of our body giving us a message. So, not looking at it as good or bad. It has nothing to do with your value and your worth. Your size, how you look can't determine your value and your worth at all. So I hope that this message gives you some inspiration and helps you to shift from thinking, that we have failed, or we're not good enough, or we should be doing it differently or better. or usually it's harder, right? Women think we need to do it harder. Like if I could just stay on my routine, if I could just do it perfectly. And unfortunately, that's just not real life. So usually it's a shift to being more loving and getting more in touch with ourselves and giving ourselves what we need. So I'm going to do that today. I'm not actually going to leave my house today. And I'm just going to take it slow and easy and make sure that I'm taking care of me and replenishing what I need. I'm not going to worry about the scale. All right. I hope you have a wonderful day. And again, I'm so excited to have you all in here. I so appreciate the comments and the interaction and hearing your story and where you're at on your journey. There are so many amazing women in this group that are just doing incredible things that I am so inspired and so filled up by that as well. Thanks so much.